Skyscraper survival horror movies you need to watch. There's something uniquely terrifying about being trapped miles above the ground with no easy way out. Skyscrapers designed as symbols of human achievement can quickly turn into prisons when disaster strikes. Today, we explore three intense skyscraper survival horror movies that combine claustrophobia, chaos, and dread, forcing their characters to fight for survival in towering nightmares. Demons 2, 1986, demonic chaos in a high-rise. Imagine being locked inside a building that slowly becomes overrun by grotesque, ravenous demons. In Demons 2, a routine day in a 10-story apartment complex spirals into horror as an unseen force infects the residents and visitors, transforming them into monstrous creatures. The tension ramps up as survivors desperately navigate the narrow corridors and stairwells, realizing that the walls are closing in with every passing moment. What makes it stand out? Practical effects and creature design that still hold up as iconic in horror cinema. A relentless sense of claustrophobia and mounting panic as the building turns into a hunting ground. The perfect blend of supernatural terror and survival horror, filled with non-stop action and blood-curdling scares. This film is a masterclass in turning a familiar setting into a nightmarish trap. Every floor brings new dangers, and every corner hides a new terror. The Tower 2012, trapped by fire on Christmas Eve. Fire is one of the most primal and devastating forces of nature, and when it erupts inside a high-rise luxury apartment building, survival becomes a desperate race against time. The tower drops us into a Christmas Eve party turned nightmare, where guests are suddenly engulfed in flames and choking smoke. The elegant glass-filled halls transform into death traps as the fire spreads with terrifying speed, trapping people on upper floors with dwindling escape routes. Why it will keep you on the edge. Realistic fire and disaster effects that ratchet up tension and fear. Heart-pounding sequences of people scrambling through smoke-filled staircases and collapsing ceilings. Emotional stories of desperation and courage that make the horror feel personal and visceral. It's a brutal reminder that even the tallest buildings can become death traps, where every second counts and the simplest mistakes can be fatal. The Promise 2017, a haunting in Bangkok's high-rise. Not all skyscrapers horrors come from fire or monsters. The Promise delivers a chilling ghost story steeped in Thai folklore and emotional torment. Set in 1997 Bangkok, it follows LB and Boom, two friends who make a pact to end their lives together. When LB breaks the promise, her restless spirit returns 2 decades later to haunt Boom and her teenage daughter. Well, within the confines of a high-rise apartment building. What makes this story unique? Deeply atmospheric with slow building dread that seeps into every shadowy hallway and cramped room. Combine supernatural scares with raw human emotion, grief, guilt, and unresolved trauma. The high-rise setting adds a layer of isolation and vulnerability, making the haunting even more unsettling. The ghosts here aren't just specters. They embody broken promises and lingering regrets, making the horror deeply personal and unforgettable. Final thoughts. Can you survive the horror in the heights? Skyscraper survival horror movies force us to confront fears of confinement, helplessness, and catastrophe, while trapped hundreds of feet above safety. Whether it's the relentless demons of Demons 2, the consuming flames of the tower, or the vengeful spirits of the Promise, these films masterfully blend suspense, terror, and survival drama in towering settings. So, the next time you look up at a skyscraper reaching into the clouds, remember what lies inside can be far more terrifying than the city streets below. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.